Hey, how are you? We're learning to drive. You're in the car with me. We've talked about all the ways we're going to deliver your path to driving test success. And it comes from four places, really. Four pillars of excellence, four pillars of skill, four pillars of knowledge. And to me, they're these. You need to be bookworm smart. What that means to me is that you've studied the highway code and the traffic signs book and the apps and any quality videos, anything I send you, manuals, whatever, and that you can turn information input into action. So that's reading the road, seeing the sign, seeing the paint, and going, I need to do this in advance because. There's the car control. We call that we're developing a car control method that says the car's a basic input output machine. It's like a toaster on wheels. That if I do this, the car does this. If I do that, the car does this. And it's knowing what input we need to get the output we want, and that the car never does anything weird and on its own. Stalling and rolling back, they're kind of the most obvious. The indicators don't turn off, they keep turning off. Why is my full beam on? This kind of thing. Knowing full well what thing we got to do, what dial we got to turn, what button we got to press to make the car do the thing we need. We talk about mind management, stress management, anxiety management. You've been offered apps and books and other materials. We've got in-car tactics and techniques. We use those too. And that's part 3 of the 4 steps to driving test success. The fourth one, the one I want to bring to the sort of fore today, is that we talk about, and I'll use these words, having a driving brain. What that means to me is a continuous thinking pattern as you go down the street that says, what if? And then usually a question. So what if that car door opens? What if that traffic light goes red? What if that guy pulls out? What if the kid runs in the road? So we talk about developing the driving brain. I'm going to label it now as pointing and calling. And I'll talk to you the next time in the car. But in its simplest form, it is identifying a hazard and then calling it out in a simple way so that it makes you concentrate. So the light is green. The light is red. The speed limit changes. I see speed humps. I see a bus pulling out. It works brilliantly well in places like the Japanese railway. They've had this point and call system for years, and it's reduced accidents by something like 85% because it moves away from relying on memory to solve problems and actively thinking and using a slightly different part of the brain. So we're going to work on the concept of hazard perception, and we're going to call it pointing and calling. We're going to cover it the next time we're in the car. Thanks. I will see you the next time we're in the car together.